Alright, welcome back to part 5 of chapter 1. This is going to be the final video. So in this video we're going to talk about a extension that you can download. So what you're going to want to do is go to Window Extension Warehouse, and this is going to be called Twilight Render. What's going to happen, Twilight Render, version 2. They have a new version. I might have to update. Anyways, let it load, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to just click on it. But what's going to happen is you're going to see this, and it's going to say get this extension. You're going to click that. It's going to take you to a whole nother website. Download the hobbyist version. It's free, or you can pay $100 and get the full version. The free version is worth it. It's really nice. I mean look at these renders, and they are nice. That looks very real. That's kind of freaky. Anyway, so go ahead and install that. So once it's installed, it's going to be somewhere along here. You're going to have to go to Extensions and Twilight Render. Oh, I do have version 2. And turn it on. But it should automatically put it right here, and you just can drag it and throw it up anywhere up in here. So what we're going to want to do is I'm going to show you the basics of this. Advanced stuff will be later on, where we actually download Lightroom files to change the environment. But for right now, we're just going to use the standard default. So first let's paint a material on our part. So we're going to hit right here for materials, and we're going to go to, I guess, metal. Metal's fine. Aluminum, because that's what we evaluated the mass as, is 6061 T6 aluminum. And we're just going to click it, and it's going to paint the whole thing. So then up here in Twilight, you're going to hit Template Materials. You're going to click that. And notice it has this little eyedropper. And you're going to click it, and it's going to tell you the name of the material currently on that object is aluminum. Then under Bump, you want to go to Sketchup. You always want to set both of them to Sketchup. It's just a little bit smoother and a little bit better. And what you're going to do is you're going to go to Templates, and this is going to apply a template to anything with the Sketchup aluminum material painted on it. Let's go to Metal, and we're going to click on Aluminum. Reflection, you want to put to SketchUp. You could mess with these. Your shininess you can bring down. I'm going to drop mine down to 20, so it's not so shiny. Everything else I'm going to leave where it's at. Then I'm just going to hit close. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go up to Environment. Right now you're going to leave it at Sun Enabled. You're just going to leave it where it's at. This is the default. Eventually we're going to get to hemispherical sky or spherical sky, and we're going to add our own light rooms. But for right now, let's maybe drop the sun strength down to 4.5. Okay, close that. I'm going to hit Render. Oh, before we do that, come on, close. Make sure you're zoomed in, positioned the way you want your render to show up. So that's where I want it. I'm going to hit Render, and we'll leave it at 800 by 600. There's nothing listed under there, but except you can change it. So just make sure you have a list of resolutions that you remember. We're going to go to, let's just go to Medium, and we're going to hit Start Render, and it's going to go across, start rendering it. Down here, Post Processing, it's going to bring this up, and you can change your exposure when it's done. Actually, you can do it during. You can see how it's getting brighter and brighter. So I'm going to drop it down, maybe increase the gamma a little bit, We'll leave it at that. So remember, this is at medium, so it's not going to be 100% perfect. So give it a second. Okay, render complete. So this is our little render. It left a little imperfection right here, no big deal, but not too bad for just on medium. So let's see if we can do something a little different. Go ahead and hit no. Let's put this on, I don't know, some sort of table. So I'm going to hide this. I'm going to right click and hide. Notice an outliner. It's still there, but it's grayed out, means it's hiding. And I'm going to hit R for rectangle. And I'm going to do control for out the center. And I'm just going to do, let's do 25, 25. Boom. Then push pull, and I'm just going to make it 0.75 inches thick. Triple click, make another component, call it base. On this one, let's paint it wood. Let's go with cherry. I'm going to click it, and wow, it looks terrible. So we're going to hit edit. And right here where it says repeat every 72 inches, I'm going to type in a 1, and then a 0, and then another 0, too much. 10 looks nice, but let's go with 15. 15 looks nice. What about 20? A little blurry. So 12. 12 looks nice. Hit enter. Oops, do not hit spacebar. To get out of this, just click with your left mouse out here, hit spacebar to deselect. Okay. Now, go back to outliner, click unhide, and since we pulled this down, this should be sitting right on top, which it is. So let's zoom, let's kind of get where we want it to be, like so. Just like that. It's going to show a little bit here, but we're not going to worry about that so much now. Remember, we've changed material here, so we need to go click on material editor, click on the wood, and it's going to say cherry original. Click on SketchUp, templates, wood. I'm just going to do flat. And everything's there. Shininess, let's drop that down to an 8. Let it update. Okay. Now let's do a render. Let's go with medium plus this time with a 1024 by 768. So go ahead and hit render, and down here you can't see it, but it will show ray tracing, how many threads, 4% complete, remaining time about a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and let this start running, and as you can see, it's going to make each pass, and you can see the wood texture starting to show up. So I'm going to let this go through for a few minutes, so I will return. Okay, look at this, the render is now complete. So you can see the wood grain. This was at medium plus, not too bad. You can see the chamfers and how everything shows up. It looks really nice. So go ahead and right click, save as, whatever you want to do, and use it for a presentation. So excellent little render tool that's free. Only downfall is you can't use SketchUp as this rendering. If you have a high-powered computer, even if you have a high-powered computer, this still runs in SketchUp, so you can't use SketchUp at the same time. Other programs such as Kirkithia, which is 100% free and open source, which is Twilight is based off of, runs in the background, and you can still use SketchUp because it's two independent programs. Another one is Illumination. So there's some options for you, but for basic stuff, for quick presentations, this is pretty nice. Let's go ahead and close. I'm going to go ahead and save it, so hold on. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and save that. So now the final thing that we need to do is export our file as an STL so that we can print it. So notice we have two STLs, I mean not STLs, two files in here, components I mean. Just go ahead and click on the one you want to actually export. And you're going to go to File, Export STL. Make sure Export Only Current Selection is on. Export units, I always keep mine at millimeters. I keep this at ASCII. I never touch anything else. I just, that, you hit Export, and you can give it a name, and hit Save. And that will save it as an STL, which you can open later and slice. And I will maybe do a video on that, but I think you guys, if you have a 3D printer, you already know how to use your slicer. But anyway, so now it is an STL file. And I've always heard that STL was stereolithography, but someone the other day told me it was standard triangle language. So now I don't know which one it is. But anyway, so congratulations guys, that is your first solid part that you've made. And look, our base is even solid. That's nice. So there we go. We made a part. Each lesson is going to get progressively harder, so be prepared. And all of us are going to learn new things, including me. I really liked how I learned about rotating that axis. Anyways, thank you for watching, and have a fun time practicing this. And good luck with Chapter 1, and I'll see you in Chapter 2.